Yo, Mr. Best Friend. Yep. I feel like I miss my best friend at the moment. And missing your best friend sucks. My best friend used to help me with professional development and keeping my head on straight. And ever since we quit being best friends, I have lost that. And man, me and her had caught up a few weeks ago, and it's just like my head been on track then. I think about those love movies, how like I can't think of the one. I want to say it's Brown Sugar, but it's not Brown Sugar. It's the movie. I think Queen Latifah was in it, and Tay Diaz and Shania Latham. It was like, when did you fall in love with hip hop? It may have been Common, because all them movies came out around the same time, got a little cloudy and confusing. But yeah, I think it's really cool how like sometimes we will be like, I don't want to lose you. You important to me, so we gonna be friends. And then I feel like you'll get to that point in life where you ain't got nobody. Then it's like, we gonna be together. That's how me and my high school sweetheart was. She know I was destined to be single, and she was going through phases in her life where she couldn't find nobody. So she kept saying, if I don't get nobody by 30, we gonna have a kid and get married. And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. And you know, her clock was ticking. She was pushing on 30, and then it was like, I'm there. I'm at 30. I ain't got nobody. I want you. So we tried to rekindle some flames, and them flames lasted about 2 or 3 days because I was like, man, I can't be waiting on nobody when I don't want nobody. So that was really cool. But me and her really defined my type of relationship. My type of relationship is like, we friends, and we be friends forever. And then we wake up one day in love. That's my ideal plan. So I think it's really cool how like you can have a friend that keep your head on straight, and then one day y'all fall in love with each other. But sometimes that love be out of filling an empty space. But I think that's what love's supposed to be. You know, love is like, it's an empty space. Can you fill it with something and I be satisfied? So a lot of times we learn what we like but can't find it. And sometimes we'll settle. We will settle for what we'll settle for something we don't want just to fulfill that void, but we're constantly waiting for what's supposed to fill that void, and that's when we run into those cheating situations. That's why people tend to cheat at times, because it's more about like, I ain't really want you, but I ended up with you, and I found what I wanted, but I'm not supposed to have it because I'm committed to you, and I don't want to look stupid and not end up with nothing. And that's how you run into situations of resentment towards your partner, and you be living your life miserable with your partner, and that's a type of way to live that's unhealthy. But it's super critical to have those healthy friends in your life, you know, and preferably what I really focus on is like the opposite sex, because when you're having friends of the opposite sex, it teaches you the kind of woman you want at the end of the day, you know. That's why a lot of times men get jealous of the best friend, because it's like, damn, that's who I'm competing with. I'm competing with somebody. Nobody wants to compete in a relationship, because you already got to compete with unknown factors. You don't want to have to deal with a known factor, because you know that known factor has an advantage. That's why the healthy relationships are more about, you know me without me telling you. if I gotta tell you who I am, we should be in a relationship. You know, if you don't know me that well, you know, we just setting ourselves up for failure. So I think it'd be good to focus more attention on your particular friends in your life, and when you're by yourself. If your relationship, nah, you shouldn't be paying your friends more attention than your relationship partner. And a lot of times people, you know, I don't want to call women out, but women do it. Women see they men having fun, and it turn into a, why y'all having fun without me? And the conversation should be more about, okay, I see you having fun, how can I have fun with you? And you know, it prevents a lot of unnecessary disconnect in a relationship that's not needed. But, you know, that's hard to say, you know, because we all got different needs. Pre-relationship, post-relationship, and into the new relationship, you know. So you can't be so focused on too much of the negativity, but I would definitely say, like, you know, when you're trying to figure out your needs, it's really important to be open with yourself about your needs. And when you're open with yourself, it's easier to project it to somebody else. You know, if you're struggling trying to understand, I'm not going to be able to sit down with you, console you, and help you figure out your needs. Because what you're doing, you're projecting your missing variable on me. But I'm not the answer. So it's like answer greater than one. I'm one. You know, the answer is greater than one, you know, and you're constantly plugging in the same variable. What is your outcome going to be? Wrong. Every time. And wrong today. And wrong tomorrow. And wrong Thursday. And wrong Saturday. And wrong spring break. And wrong summer break. And wrong birthday, and wrong Valentine's Day. So don't want to put yourself in those types of situations. I don't want to say failure, but not a winning situation. So you want to convert that energy in a manner that you can use, so you can, you know, definitely model that behavior. You know, I want to watch you love yourself, so I can learn how to love you, or know you're going to be okay when I'm taking a break from loving you. Because I ain't going to be able to love you all the time, okay? So I need to make sure you're able to love yourself when I ain't paying attention. Okay? And when you find new ways to love yourself, hopefully you can tell me that you found new ways to love yourself, and I can enjoy that and share that with you. Because that's all we really need, right? We need a little guidance, a little education, a little exploring to help manage some of those things, you know. Ideally, you ain't by yourself, but you have to work on this stuff by yourself. And these are things that's like can be learned and developed through friendship. But if you grow up without friendship, you know, yeah. And you know, one of my pet peeves is you're gonna treat me how you treat your parents. So if you treat your parents terrible, I know what to expect. That's why I like to be involved with people who treat their family good. Because at the end of the day, I want to know you know how to treat somebody. Even though if you're mistreating me, I can handle it. But if you don't know how to treat people properly, we got some big problems. It's no growth on that. So that's what I feel like, you know, more energy should be, you know, converted and directed towards, you know, what you doing, what you living. So I definitely miss my best friend, and you know, I'll get my best friend back one of these days, maybe. I don't know, cause when me and my best friend are really quit communicating, I feel like I graduated from that relationship. And I say I graduated because, like, I got this thing where if I know what you're gonna say, I ain't gotta talk to you. I don't have to talk to you if I know what you're going to say. I can just say it for you, listen, act on it. And that's what happened with my friend. But I will say this, I got this thing about relationships where I like when they leave. And I think this phase started, I think in middle school. I'm about to give some really bad examples, but I was dating this one girl. I'm not going to say her name, but I'm going to give her some initials, JJ. I was dating JJ, and JJ switched schools. And it was like I guess it was like my first middle school serious girlfriend, because prior to her, I wasn't really dating nobody. I had some relationships, and those relationships didn't really last long at all. But with this one, it was some work. It was calling, writing letters, communicating. So I had to expand my horizons, because it wasn't the typical texting like we got now. It was like, I got to learn how to talk. And we would write letters in between classes. So it would be like, you better hurry up and write this letter so you can give to her when you see her for that split moment. So when she switched schools, I had to give oh my goodness. As I'm telling this story, I just realized something. I ain't no good. Okay. I'm passing the notes, and in the midst of passing the notes, it helped me expand on my vocabulary and communicating and writing and stuff and all that. But when she left and went to a different school, I was just like, oh, she left. But our relationship got better. She eventually broke up with me because she was interested in my friend. So in my retaliation, when I started thinking out loud, I tried to get with her friend who I was writing notes to. Terrible, Michael. So then, oh my goodness. I'm having this conversation, and I just realized a cycle I go into. So, okay, my next serious girlfriend was at... my next serious girlfriend, we were doing good, but we had a situation where she was going to summer school. No. Her family was moving, and we was going to be going to different schools. So I started to like, okay, you're leaving me, So since you're leaving me, I'm going to prepare for what's next. She ended up not leaving. Her family ended up going, moving, but she was still zoned for the particular school. All right. So I had that situation. And then my other girlfriend, during my summer camp, we were dating, everything was good, but I knew the school year was going to start back. I didn't have a car. She was going to a different school. My ex-girlfriend was going to be at my school. So I started thinking about what was going to be next, okay? And then I got back with my ex, and we were supposed to be going to the same school. And then I started thinking about, do I really want to go to school with somebody who has a bright future? I don't want to mess their future up trying to go to school with them. So I started branching out. She started branching out. Okay. And then that jumped to the military. When I was in tech school, I was dating somebody, but I knew I was leaving tech school. Started branching out. I joined the military. I was in LA. I didn't know when I was leaving. Okay. I went to Korea. I didn't know I was leaving. I got back from LA. I didn't know I was leaving. I knew I was leaving, but I didn't know when. Keep moving forward. When I was in Houston dating, same thing. I knew I was leaving. And now I'm in Austin. It's like, man, I'm dating, but like, I know where I'm moving next. So when I be thinking about where I'm moving next, it's like, dang, how can I date now and I know what I'm doing next? Yeah, there's just some craziness, So you got to be honest with yourself before you can be honest with somebody else. All right, holla.